Introduction. I am a fragile and difficult-to-kill female university student. The king of hell, unable to withstand my teasing, dispatched his son, a renowned actor, to keep an eye on me. While filming a romantic variety show with him, I fainted from low blood sugar. The aloof actor wept profusely, cradling me in his arms and trembling as he fed me candy. Netizens were deeply moved by this scene. Only I knew that, amidst his tears, he uttered, "Sister, please don't scare me. The death ledger doesn't add up this year." 1. In preparation for finals week, I spent 2 sleepless nights writing my thesis. After typing the final punctuation mark, I stretched and felt a wave of dizziness. Amidst my friend Xinning's exclamations, I collapsed. When I regained consciousness, I found myself standing beside my own body, while doctors fought valiantly to revive my heart, which had ceased to beat. Draped in a black robe and flip-flops, the king of hell floated towards me. "How did you die this time?" He handed me a chicken leg and gestured, "Here, eat." "My son bought this for me." I sat cross-legged and sighed. "Studying is exhausting. Speak plainly." I chuckled. "I merely stretched. Primarily, it's because I haven't seen you in so long I missed you." The old king stomped his foot in frustration. "You're talking nonsense. You've died 3 times in a month. Our lives matter too. Because of your back-and-forth antics, I've revised my mid-year summary report several times. The death ledger doesn't even match up anymore." He swatted my hand away as I attempted to steal the chicken leg. "You can't eat mine." Just as we were bickering, a mask-wearing, charismatic young man approached, looking somewhat familiar.
"Dad."
His deep, resonant voice was incredibly alluring. I couldn't help but respond. Oh no, I was merely expressing my astonishment at seeing a handsome man. He smiled. His eyes were like crescent moons, utterly exquisite. "Let me introduce you. This is Yunzeo, the one who has died 3 times in a month. This is my son, responsible for watching over you for the next 3 months." Upon hearing this, we both momentarily froze. In unison, we exclaimed, "How will he watch?" The old king tossed his sleeves and snorted. "However he pleases. She cannot die," repeatedly until I finish my report. After bidding farewell to the old king, I exchanged glances with the young king. "Sister, it's time for you to revive." "Who could refuse when a handsome man calls you sister?" With unwavering resolve, I replied, "No, you must say, 'Princess, please revive.'" 5 minutes after my heart stopped, I came back to life. Within a month, I had created 3 medical miracles. Shunning tirelessly cared for me for 3 days. On the day I was discharged, a handsome man knocked on my hospital door. "Yunzeo, I'm here to take you home." I gazed at this tall, striking figure, lost in contemplation. I knew him. Everyone in the ward knew him. A young powerhouse singer, Yan Huaishan. Yan as in Yan Wang? Tentatively, I asked little Yan. He nodded and naturally took the bag from my hand. "Let's go." As we traveled, a dreamy haze enveloped me. The spacious car resonated only with our breaths, the awkwardness palpable enough to make my toes curled. It was Xinning's call that shattered the silence. "Yunzeo, where have you gone? You sent me away just to elope with Yan Huaishan, didn't you?" "Sister, you just got discharged. You need to practice abstinence. Hurry and check Weibo. You've gone viral." I laughed. Had I known this would happen, I would have bought a soundproof phone. I quickly hung up. She dialed the wrong number. Haha. Yan Huaishan smiled faintly. "Check Weibo." I opened Weibo in a daze. Several trending topics featuring Yan Huaishan's name exploded. Yan Huaishan seen entering and exiting the hospital with a female, Yan Huaishan's romantic involvement, Yan Huaishan's considerate demeanor. After scrolling for quite a while, I pieced together the entire story. Yan Huaishan was photographed taking me home from the hospital. As a 23-year-old prodigy in the industry, he had never been linked to any rumors in his 5-year career. This was the first time paparazzi caught him alone with a young woman who wasn't a staff member. He was so gentle during our interaction. Thus, along with my unkempt appearance, I found myself trending online with netizens. "2 Sister, you look so pale. You're not really pregnant, are you? Help. My brother is so handsome. Don't carry the bag. Carry me. If no one clarifies this, I might have to start a rumor." I replied, "Is it possible they're just ordinary friends?" Then I received thousands of comments stating, "Impossible, our brother is an anti-relationship entity." Amidst the laughter, a familiar avatar tagged me. "Ningdi. The female lead is here. Zao Wan La Shur E de Duo." In an instant, my account was flooded with private messages and comments, causing it to crash. When I could finally reopen Weibo, Yan Huaishan reminded me that I was home. "Sister, I'll need to trouble you to stay with me for a while. My house is quite large. You can choose any room. Help." He was irresistibly charming. Those thick eyelashes seemed custom-made for me to slide down. I clenched my fists for courage, feigning calmness. "Well, I'll be in your care then." "Then I'll stay in this room?" I awkwardly entered a room and pushed open the door. Yan Huaishan chuckled. That's my room, you can stay if you wish. Haha, what a coincidence, this room is great, close to the door for a quick escape. What I meant was that this room has the shortest straight line distance to the entrance. Unable to clarify further, I decided to give up. You know what I mean, right? He passed by me, opening the door to the adjacent room. This one is 10 centimeters further, will that suffice? I fled in disarray. Back in my room, I hurriedly began deleting my Weibo posts. What embarrassing things had I posted? I'm very introverted, I can't directly kiss a handsome guy. I'm very outgoing, I want to sit in the boss position. Watching my followers skyrocket, I realized I might have to deactivate my account soon. The heat on my face finally subsided when Yan Huaishan knocked on the door. Sister, may I invite you to participate in a romantic variety show? Before opening the door, I did 5 frog jumps to wake myself up. No. Why not? I have social anxiety, it's too intense for me. Yan Huaishan handed me a contract, the figures on it blinding my eyes. Sister, the recording fee is 100,000 a day, my appearance fee is 300,000. All of it for you, for a total of 5 days did I close the contract, declaring resolutely, for love, I can do it. 3. I told Ning that I was about to strike it rich. She slapped me through the phone. What nonsense are you talking about in broad daylight? If you're bored, hurry up and finish your graduation thesis. I interrupted her. I'm going to participate in a romantic variety show with Yan Huaishan. Ning fell silent for a few seconds before excitedly shouting, you're going to get rich. Well, split the earnings. Otherwise, it'll expose your chat history. It was my turn to fall silent. After hanging up, Ning sent me numerous links. Sister, quickly buy these clothes. Don't let Yan Huaishan down. You must win over Yan Huaishan. I thought to myself that it might not be possible, we probably weren't of the same species. A few days later, the program team officially announced the list of guests. My persona was set as a highly educated, beautiful, kind-hearted female scholar. Yan Huaishan posted, tagging me. Zaya Wan Lasher Henda Duo. I'm honored to participate in the show with my sister, looking forward to it. Weibo crashed once more. So, honored. Yan Huaishan's tail is wagging off. Yun Zao's mental state is so authentic. Online, a CP discussion group for me and Yan Huaishan emerged, named Pregnant Coupled. CP fans called themselves in Tai Yao. They were quite creative with names. Let's not do that again. The in Tai Yao fans were adept at digging up sweet moments from the details. Crazy sister and innocent puppy. Let's ship them well. Yan Huaishan followed the pregnant couple discussion, sending this wave of program promotion to a peak. Apart from me, there were 3 other female artists participating in the show, one of whom, the popular rising star Bai Jingyi, was particularly lively. Yan Huaishan sang the theme song for the television series in which she participated, and they were even spotted dining together. Consequently, a multitude of fans dubbed them as a couple emerged online. Before long, the commentary regarding me began to take a rather sour turn. Many started to criticize me. Just an ordinary person, first photographed leaving the hospital with Yan Huaishan, then officially announcing participation in a dating reality show. What else could this be but publicity? I suspect this sister is attempting to transition into an internet celebrity. What connections does she have that allows Yan Huaishan to engage in this publicity stunt with her? Our Jing-yi is the best, all resources should roll away. The dating show was conducted via live streaming, and on the very first day of its broadcast, the live room was filled with millions of viewers, predominantly fans of Yan Huaishan. And Bai Jingyi, alongside their couple supporters. Yan Huaishan is so handsome. Our Jingyi is so beautiful. Forever a princess. Why did the production team arrange for that ordinary person to sit next to Yan Huaishan? How do you know it was the production team's arrangement? Yun Zhao and Yan Huaishan are a perfect match, okay? Yan Huaishan paid no heed to the barrage of comments, his head lowered as he focused on peeling an orange. Sister, eat an orange, it's good for your vitamin intake. Just as I was about to decline, he directly placed it in my hand. Today's dose of vitamins, you must eat. I coughed lightly. All right, I'll eat it, mechanically finishing the entire orange. He propped his face up beside me, remaining silent as he smiled at me. Yun Zhao, hold it together. He is not a mere mortal. Once I finished the last segment of the orange, I quietly inquired, when will the mid-year report from old Yan conclude? Isn't he the ruler of the underworld? Who else does he need to report to? Finally, I posed a question that had long lingered in my mind. Yan Huaishan couldn't help but chuckle. Well, of course, he has to report to his subordinates as well. I was somewhat astonished. So, does that mean he has to work down there too? The viewers in the comment section erupted. Did everyone see that? Yan Huaishan's smile is so precious. Production team, pan the camera. What could possibly be said that I, a valued member, should not hear? I hope Yun Zhao and Yan Huaishan get together soon. Bai Jingyi should stay out of it. Just as I caught sight of this comment, Bai Jingyi made her entrance. Her eyes arched sweetly as she extended a hand toward me. Hello, I am Bai Jingyi. Yunzeo, I've seen those photos of you, and Huaishan, how is your health? Are you recovering well? If there are any issues, you must let me and Huaishan know. I smiled warmly. I'm quite well, and if there's an issue, I will certainly inform Yan Huaishan since he invited me. However, it would be more effective to speak with the production team, wouldn't it? The comments erupted once more. What is Yunzeo pretending for? Jing Yi is simply offering her kind reminder. By Jing Yi is the real green tea, right? What relationship does she have with Yan Huaishan? Am I the only one who thinks Yunzeo's approach is correct? Was Bai Jing Yi just acting? Bai Jing Yi's expression stiffened. Yes, speaking with the production team is indeed the right approach. In the moments not captured by the camera, Bai Jing Yi glared at me with spiteful eyes, yet, for reasons unknown, I felt an aura of crimson threads encircling her. The first event, an ice-breaking truth or dare. The production team divided everyone into separate small booths, randomly selecting guests to answer questions. Once everyone had answered, they would vote for their most desired partner for the upcoming home date. As the only true ordinary person participating in the program, I held no publicity value. Other than Yan Huaishan, it was improbable that anyone would choose me. The first to answer was Bai Jingyi. The production team posed the question, what is the true reason for participating in the program? Her face flushed, eyes shyly glancing at the promotional poster of Yan Huaishan before quickly dropping her gaze. I have known someone for many years. We grew up together. This time, I participated in the show to spend more time with him. The way she looked at Yan Huaishan was almost intoxicating. Jingyi must be talking about Yan Huaishan, right? I knew they were genuine. Childhood sweethearts. That's the real couple, so sweet. Who understands the love of meeting at the peak? The second turn fell to Yan Huaishan. The production team knew how to generate buzz and asked him, have you known Jing Yi for a long time? Yan Huaishan paused briefly before replying, indeed, we have known each other for many years. As the camera shifted, the next person was introduced. I was unaware that the production team had deliberately muted Yan Huaishan's microphone. Hearing him acknowledge their childhood connection made my heart ache. The comments section went wild. Yan Huaishan admitted it. Is there any difference from officially announcing a relationship? Yunzeo, stay out of this. This circle isn't meant for you. When it was my turn, the production team asked, can you share how you met Yan Huaishan, Yun? I was taken aback. There's really not much to say. We met in the hospital since we were both hospitalized, and we got along well, to some extent. That was indeed how we met within the confines of the hospital. As the game concluded, and it was time to choose a desired partner, Bai Jingyi's longing gaze made it difficult for me to watch. Everyone, please. Don't choose me. I will only date one person. Bai Jingyi, clad in an elegant little black dress reminiscent of Hepburn, accentuated her fair skin. She closed her eyes and sweetly murmured, I hope my desired partner will also choose me. The comments went into a frenzy. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Bai Jing, you just confessed, right? The girl is so proactive. Yan Huaishan absolutely cannot refuse such a beauty. I hope the person I love likes me. I won't disclose who that is. Can someone please kick the Yunzeo out? She's so annoying to see. Despite Yan Huaishan not acknowledging Bai Jingyi, it did not deter the netizens' excitement. Until it was my turn to take the stage. The production team did mention that anyone not chosen would be eliminated. Please don't choose me. I just want to earn some money and relax. Everyone have fun. I'll be guarding the rear. Bai Jingyi's fans began flooding the comments. Who would choose her? What is she even doing here for attention? Exactly, stop playing the pity card. Yet, there were also supporters defending me. What did Yunzeo say wrong? She's just an ordinary person. Isn't it reasonable for her to be prepared for not being chosen? You Bai Jingyi fans are so high and mighty despite all that talking. Yan Huaishan hasn't responded to her even once. Bai Jingyi's eyes turned red, as if she had suffered a great injustice, casting a pitiful glance at Yan Huaishan, wanting to say something but refraining, engrossed in admiring the bowtie's tears. I failed to notice my own footing. The wooden platform on stage had a slight edge. I inadvertently tripped as I descended. Be careful. Yan Huaishan rushed over and swiftly caught me, swinging me around and gently placing me back on the ground. Director, this place is too dangerous. You need to have someone fix it. His words came out in a flurry with a panicked gaze. Sister, are you all right? Everyone, including myself, was left dumbfounded. Brother, I merely stumbled. Is that really necessary? After this incident, it became apparent who Yan Huaishan would choose. Did I end the upcoming home date? The production team sought Yan Huaishan's consent to record at his residence. A group of us made our way downstairs, and Yan Huaishan patted me. You take everyone upstairs. I'll go buy some candy. The camera focused on me as I awkwardly smiled. Haha, friends, let's go. The comments section overflowed with question marks. Why does Yunzeo know where Yan Huaishan lives? Yan Huaishan spoke so casually, as if this has happened many times before. Stop speculating, Yan Huaishan said. He was going to buy candy. It must be for Jingyi, since she has low blood sugar. I bet upstairs that the candy is absolutely not for Bai Jingyi. I led everyone to Yan Huaishan's doorstep with ease. using the fingerprint unlock that had long been registered. But now, as I unlocked it, I truly could not explain. Oh dear, I can't open the door. Perhaps we should wait a moment. Another flower. Among Us nudged by Jingy. Jingy, you can definitely open it, right? Please hurry inside. My shoes are quite uncomfortable today, and I'm exhausted. The crowd parted to allow Bai Jingy to pass, and I stepped aside at the entrance. Her expression was tense as she forced a smile. Huaishan hasn't returned as guests. We should wait for the host to open the door. Just then, Yan Huaishan arrived. He skillfully handed me some candy, his tone affectionate. Why aren't you opening the door, sister? The barrage of comments fell silent for a moment. S.O. Yunzhao can indeed open Yan Huaishan's front door. Look at Bai Jingy's reaction. She truly is confirmed as a guest. Yan Huaishan opened the shoe cabinet and rummaged through it. Sister, do you remember where I put those new slippers I bought last time? I instinctively opened another cabinet. There's no space in the shoe cabinet, so I placed them here. The silence was deafening. The director broke the awkwardness. Huaishan, could you show everyone around the house? We're all curious about what the Singing King is like in private. I trailed at the back of the group, lacking enthusiasm. I couldn't comprehend why Yan Huaishan was deliberately trying to appear close to me. We were certainly not that kind of relationship. Though the King of Hell has instructed you to keep an eye on me, you cannot exploit your identity to create a spectacle, can you? There were only 2 guest rooms left in the house. The production team was unaware that I had a separate room aside from Yan Huaishan occupying the master bedroom. There were 3 women and 2 men left. The 3 girls would have to squeeze onto a 1.5-meter bed. Clearly, it was inconvenient. The director suggested, how about the host draws lots to choose one unfortunate soul to stay in the living room? One of the male guests volunteered. It's not fair for the girls to sleep in the living room. The 2 of us can take the living room, and the girls can have the guest rooms. This was, by all accounts, the most perfect solution. The production team agreed. Yan Huaishan returned to the living room after preparing drinks in the kitchen. He provided everyone with cola, coffee, and tea, inviting them to choose for themselves. Handing me a mug filled with warm water, he said, "You can only drink water." His gaze was gentle, his eyes sparkling with mirth. "Finish this cup. Be good." Bai Jingy's hand trembled as she poured coffee, staining her white dress with coffee splatters, and her aura intensified. The barrage was filled with inquiries about my relationship with Yan Huaishan, criticizing him for making Bai Jingy so upset. I found myself speechless in the face of their comments. I couldn't possibly say that Yan Huaishan was acting so concerned because he feared for my life. Upon learning that the 2 male guests would be sleeping in the living room, Yan Huaishan shook his head and calmly remarked, Yunzhao has a separate room. The 2 guest rooms should be sufficient when squeezed together. My forced smile shattered completely. In front of everyone, I entered the room next to Yan Huaishan's. The CP fans of Bai Jingy finally quieted down, and the barrage was now filled with excitement from the anti-pregnancy medication crowd. What is this? This is a public-funded romance. Just to correct the previous comment, this should be Yan Xiaogo publicly pursuing his wife. Later that night, someone knocked on my door. Opening it, I found Yan Huaishan standing outside with a yoga mat. He wore a black short-sleeved shirt and gray athletic pants, pointing to the mat in his hands. The workout for today isn't finished yet. I was torn between going out or staying in. Let's skip it for today, shall we? Yan Huaishan appeared somewhat disappointed. Are you ignoring me because there are too many people? What on earth was going on with so many people around? You want me to do Baju Engine with you in the living room? I peeked into the living room, steeling myself. Fine, let's do it. Yan Huaishan's eyes lit up instantly as he led me to the living room. I've prepared your shoes. Quickly change into them. I wanted to suggest we could do it in my room instead, but there were no cameras in the room, and after spending 40 minutes alone with Yan Huaishan, he left with a flushed face, panting slightly. With his slightly sweaty workout attire, I found it impossible to explain myself. Under the watchful eyes of millions of netizens, Yan Huaishan guided me, who had just discovered my limbs, through 40 minutes of Bajuanjin. The barrage was filled with laughter. What is Yunzhao doing? Even a monkey would be more agile with a banana. They have such great chemistry. Living together, this definitely screams cohabitation. Yunzhao, wake up. Yan Huaishan is not a real person. You have no future with him. After putting away my sneakers, I hurried back to my room. Yan Huaishan stopped me, taking the towel from my hand. I'll wash this. You go take a hot shower, but don't wash your hair. What a man who exudes masculinity at every turn. I burrowed under the covers, rolling around several times before receiving a WeChat message from Shin Ning. Why are you so harsh with Yan Huaishan? Oh, just yesterday he was calling me baby, and now he's blaming me for being too harsh with him. I replied, I dislike men who stir up CPs. The next day, the dating activity was quite simple. The 3 groups would go about a typical day. They could freely choose to stay home or go out to play. Everyone opted to stay home. The kitchen is stocked with ingredients for everyone. The Huaishan home kitchen is quite large. Each group should send one person to prepare breakfast for their team. The male actor in Bai Jingyi's group stood up first. I'll do it, Jingyi can just wait to eat. Bai Jingyi ignored him, her gaze fixed on Yan Huaishan. Huaishan, I want to eat those sandwiches you used to make. The male actor felt awkward, but his good upbringing compelled him to head to the kitchen. You can use the kitchen freely, our group has already had breakfast. The director inquired, but it's only 8:30, you've eaten already. Yan Huaishan handed me a bowl of steamed apples, nodding yes. Yunzhao has a sensitive stomach and needs to eat breakfast before 8. Also, to prevent her from sleeping in, you can only eat half. The last sentence was directed at me. Bai Jingyi attempted to regain control of the situation, kindly saying to me, do you really need to eat this much in the morning? That'll make you gain weight. I forked a piece of apple, so what if I gain weight? What does it matter? I reached for another piece, but Yan Huaishan snatched it away. We agreed on just half. Come on, get up and move around a bit. After saying that, he finished the remaining apples using my fork. The anti-pregnancy medication crowd was in an uproar. 1. Bowl. Bile of Thai is a good tea. Yunzhao isn't fat. Stop spreading body anxiety. Our Jingyi is just being kind. She's so innocent. Stop slandering. The red thread on Bai Jingyi elongated, and I avoided her all morning. Before lunch, the production team stirred the pot. Like breakfast, each group should send one person to make lunch. The order of cooking would be determined by the time required. I only need 20 minutes. Yunzhao can't go hungry, so please let me go first. The other two were not used to cooking. They couldn't manage even 2 hours, let alone 20 minutes. The two of them decided to collaborate on 2 dishes. Yan Huaishan shot me a glance, and we entered the kitchen together. He explained to everyone, usually she just assists, so this will give her some exercise. How about steamed base for lunch? And stir-fried vegetables? Perhaps I was too nervous from avoiding Bai Jingyi, and suddenly standing up made me dizzy. I saw little snowflakes before my eyes, and everything went dark as I uncontrollably fell forward. It didn't hurt as I had imagined. I heard Yan Huaishan's anxious voice. Yunzhao. His voice was choked with emotion. Here, open your mouth and eat some candy. My mind was racing with thoughts of how this was the end. The barrage would surely explode. I was right. My goodness, did Yunzhao faint? Look at how Yan Huaishan is handling this. This isn't his first time. How sweet. I wish I could faint too. I want Yan Huaishan to feed me candy. Yan Xiaogo is so worried. Help, this is pure love. I told you that candy was meant for Yunzhao. Only I knew that what he was softly murmuring in my ear was not my name. Don't scare me, sister. The ledger of life and death is about to misalign again. After a moment, I regained some strength. Yan Huaishan carried me back to the room, his eyes still glistening with unshed tears. As soon as he stepped out, the phone on the bedside began to vibrate violently. I picked up the receiver and heard Xin Ning's urgent voice. Babe, you need to check the trending topics. Hurry. I wanted to say it was merely a routine fainting spell, nothing that warranted a spot on the trending list. Yet the glaring topic caught my eye. Yunzhao, orphan Yunzhao, entering the industry. Upon clicking, the first video revealed my younger self from high school. With blood at the corner of my mouth, disheveled clothes, and pinned beneath a man, his figure was pixelated, yet my face remained unmistakably clear. The comment sections across all platforms, including the program's official Weibo, erupted. I told you Yunzhao couldn't possibly be an ordinary person. Someone who has filmed such content could still be on a dating show to make money. Yunzhao, get out. Don't corrupt underage viewers. Only Xin Ning's account actively defended me in the comment sections. Yunzhao is not that kind of person. Let's refrain from judgment until the truth is revealed. Various self-proclaimed champions of justice joined in the disparagement. Can someone expose the details of these 2 despicable individuals? What truth? The person in the video is not Yunzhao. I couldn't help but laugh in anger. I replied from my main account. What purpose does digging into my background serve? Are you here to bow down to me? Why is the man pixelated? I've noted all the rumamongers. We shall meet at the police station. The individual in the video was indeed me. In high school, I left the orphanage where I had lived since childhood to board at school. Yet, I was still required to return on weekends to work, cleaning toilets, cooking, and washing the clothes of all the children. It was truly exhausting after a weekend's labor. My hands would be too sore to hold a pen for 2 days. A month before the college entrance examination, the director summoned me to his office. I knew he was not a good man. He frequently solicited money from the parents of children he had fostered and often resorted to corporal punishment. Rumor had it that he had previously molested young children with no evidence. He lived a carefree life. He locked the office doors and windows, withdrew his belt, and began to strike me. Darling, I've finally waited for you to come of age. I've raised you this long. It's not unreasonable to collect some interest, is it? Uncle just wants to give you a good time, all right? Due to malnutrition in my childhood, I was no match for him. It was only when I had no strength left, barely clinging to life in the corner, that he approached me with a sinister grin, ready to strip me of my clothes. I had hidden a folding knife in my pocket for self-defense. As's hand brushed against my shirt again. I drew the knife and stabbed him. This video was likely recorded after I had wounded him, as he lay helplessly on top of me. Out of fear that I had truly killed someone, fear that my future was ruined, I bravely reported the incident to the police. The matter was quickly suppressed. I was acting in self-defense and was found innocent. The director, guilty of sexual assault, was sentenced to 5 years. Calculating, he would be released this year. For all these years, I had been striving to escape that humiliating and terrifying experience. Yet, now that this video has surfaced, the scars have reopened. I focused on finding a reliable lawyer, unaware that Yan Huaishan was already standing at the foot of my bed. With steam still rising from his hair, he gazed at me. "I have seen the video, I will handle it." His aura suddenly shifted to one of intensity. "No need, I can contact a lawyer myself. I'm sorry if I hadn't dragged you into this program. You wouldn't have been misrepresented. It was my failure to protect you, leave it to me, and it will be resolved swiftly." His tone was too earnest. I questioned him. "The angle of the video is quite tricky. You don't think I am the person everyone claims I am, do you?" Yan Huaishan suddenly reached out to tousle my hair, speaking softly. "Sister is the best person. If you truly encountered someone like that, you could surely kick him away." In mere hours, I transformed from a kind-hearted, academically gifted student into a promiscuous woman sustaining herself through such videos. Everyone claimed I had been targeted by some big shot, forced into the program with Yan Huaishan for publicity. Once I gained fame, it would be easy for me to transition into an internet celebrity and cash in. The show continued its normal recording, yet the comments became increasingly hostile. How could a woman like her still show her face? This sister belongs in a legal drama. She should just leave. Producers, pay her the breach of contract fees. I don't want to see her. Yan Huaishan was angrier than I was. He took to social media to express his support. "I believe Yun Zhao is innocent. The truth will soon be revealed. I ask all who have insulted her to come forward and apologize." It was futile. Even with fans attempting to control the narrative, Yan Huaishan's public image plummeted. Bai Jingyi also posted on Weibo, "Yun Zhao must have her reasons. Let's not rush to judgment." I trust Brother Weishan's perspective. It was rather tepid, but some chose to believe it. What's wrong with Yan Huaishan? Why is he ignoring his childhood friend to support a woman in the industry? Unfollowing Jingyi is the best. After this incident, the production team concluded the day's recording early. To avoid any further complications, Yan Huaishan and I sat in the living room to discuss strategies. I contacted the police this afternoon. They will be sending someone over. I also informed the group's lawyer he should arrive in about half an hour. The lawyer arrived promptly at the studio, drafting all necessary documents. "Mr. Yan, your father asked me to extend his regards to Miss Yan. She need not worry with him around. My advice is to report this and use blockchain for evidence collection. Everyone spreading false information will be documented. It may be slightly more complicated, but the group has many lawyers who can handle it quickly. Everything will proceed under Miss Yan's direction." I looked at Yan Huaishan, who nodded in agreement. I signed my name. "Then I entrust this to you." The tide of comments began to shift. "I feel like there's more to this story. The lawyer has been called. Is this the prestigious Yan Group? My goodness, Mr. Yan personally singing my praises. IS Capital entering the fray? Yun Zhao has some strong backing, and Mr. Yan is comforting her." Before bed, I casually drank from the cup of cool water. Yan Huaishan snatched it away. "Drinking cold water again? Are you trying to faint?" He sounded somewhat frustrated, his voice low. "It's my fault. I didn't realize the water had cooled." The comment sections erupted in debate. Half of the netizens believed that I was not merely putting on a show, and that there was indeed more to the story. The other half insisted I was merely acting, and the video was irrefutable evidence against me. Yan Xiaogo feels guilty because he didn't give his sister hot water. He's about to cry. "Scum man and vile woman. Don't come out to disgust us for money. Who knows what else you're up to behind closed doors. If this can be turned around, I'll go live and eat excrement while standing on my head." In the dead of night, the police issued a statement on my behalf. The evidence was straightforward, consisting of my original police report and the director's conviction. Spreading false rumors has never been a weapon against women's society. Needs more strong women like Ms. Yun to bravely stand up. The police will not overlook any criminal. Yan Huaishan immediately retweeted the post. "Come on, apologize." Shinning quickly retweeted Yan Huaishan's post. "Come out and apologize." Apologies were unlikely. Some even questioned whether I had bribed the police. Yes, I bribed them all. I managed to bribe so many, yet I couldn't bribe your brain, filled with refuse. At 1 o'clock in the morning, Yan Huaishan entered my room again without knocking. I shrank into my blanket. "You didn't knock. Do you know what time it is? Are you trying to see my dad again?" Yan Huaishan stood bare-chested under the dim bedside lamp, his 8-pack abs leaving much to the imagination. He caught my gaze lingering on his stomach, raised his head, and smirked. Want a touch? I nodded slightly, then realized and threw a pillow at him, flustered. I'm going to sleep. Goodbye. After messaging Shin Ning, my mind was filled with thoughts of abs. A sleepless night ensued. Upon rising in the morning, I was met with a scathing reprimand from Yan Huaishan. Indeed, if you sleep at 2 and rise at 7, even the king of hell would commend your health. Choose, is the urn rectangular or square? After much coaxing, I finally managed to placate him. At that moment, the other guests were still asleep, leaving only the two of us in the living room. A familiar female voice shattered the enchanting atmosphere. Huaishan, could you bring me some breakfast? Bai Jingyi was clad in a delicate camisole, exuding a refreshing allure. I glanced at the camera. Perplexed, could such behavior truly be permissible? Stop staring, surely you are not oblivious to Huaishan's true identity? Bai Jingyi scoffed. What do you mean? Yan Huaishan pulled me behind him, flexing his wrist, his gaze darkening. Bai Jingyi, I advise you to heed the words of old Bai. Suddenly, countless red threads inexplicably appeared in Bai Jingyi's hands, swiftly darting towards Yan Huaishan. Impossible. You belong to me. No one can separate us. I quickly reacted, hiding behind Yan Huaishan to avoid causing him further trouble. What had begun as a scene from a romantic drama abruptly transformed into a supernatural spectacle. Bai Jingyi was no match for Yan Huaishan. Within moments, she was subdued and taken away by old Bai, who arrived in haste. Thank you, Huaishan. I will ensure she is closely monitored and kept from causing any more trouble. Old Bai, dressed in a flowing white robe with a long beard, vanished into thin air with Bai Jingyi. Who is she? Yan Huaishan adjusted the camera and explained. She is the granddaughter of the god of marriage, quite fixated on me, attempting to ensnare me with her threads of fate for many years. Can she not ensnare you? He fixed his gaze upon me, a smile gracing his lips. Only one person can truly bind me. The barrage of comments returned to normal. Was there a glitch just now? Yan Xiaogo is flirting with his sister. Who understands? Yan Xiaogo looks really good like this. Yun Zhao, you should touch him. One by one, the guests began to awaken, and the director soon noticed Bai Jingyi's absence. Her assistant just took her away. Yan Huaishan was thoroughly immersed in his role, and the director quickly received a notice from Bai Jingyi's studio regarding her withdrawal from the recording. They expressed their intent to exit the show and were willing to compensate for the breach of contract. The director was skeptical but could not reach Bai Jingyi, thus resigned to the reality. With one less participant, the director decided to change the itinerary, transforming the final day's recording into a visit to an amusement park. The team would have free reign. Yan Huaishan whispered with the director for quite some time, occasionally glancing in my direction, which was rather unsettling. Let's go, we shall act separately. On the Ferris wheel, due to the limited space of the cabin, the filming director could not join us. Moreover, with other visitors present, we could not halt the equipment to secure the camera. Yan Huaishan and I stepped out of the live broadcast. As the Ferris wheel ascended slowly, the scenery unfolded beneath us. In the narrow cabin, an atmosphere of intimacy enveloped us. Yan Huaishan, do you harbor feelings for me? The man lowered his head, chuckling softly, his long lashes casting shadows over his eyes. After a moment, he replied, Indeed, elder sister. Are you not curious as to how I know so much about your time in the orphanage? When I was 5, I first ventured into the human realm, filled with curiosity about everything. I often played in the alleys near the orphanage, and one time, while chasing a ball, I ran onto the road and was nearly struck by a truck. I was so frightened that I froze, and it was you who rushed over and tackled me. You were wearing the primary school uniform, just in your first grade. You were quite fierce, scolding me to tears. As Yan Huaishan recounted the story, fragments of memory began to surface. That must have been the day I went to report to primary school, wearing my very first brand new outfit, happily walking to school. Unexpectedly, I encountered a small child standing in the middle of the road, a chubby little boy, oblivious to the danger. In a moment of impulsiveness, I disregarded the peril and dashed forward. The only reason I remembered was that my new uniform had gotten torn. I had scolded him for that. This was merely one of countless injuries I had endured, yet Yan Huaishan had remembered it all these years. Upon returning home, I immediately asked my father for your name. After some investigation, he told me your fate was unique, and without a guardian, you would not survive to adulthood. I pestered my father until he agreed to let me study here as long as I stayed within a 5-kilometer radius of you. I could ensure your safety, albeit with some minor ailments. My father once remarked, seeing you in your frail state, that you were surprisingly resilient. I playfully punched him. I always felt something was amiss around me. Turns out it was you. When I turned 18, I sought my father to bind our fates together. The old man said it depended on your willingness. Sister, Would you be willing? As the Ferris wheel approached its station, I met Yan Huaishan's intensely focused gaze. My cheeks flushed, leaving me at a loss for words. He smiled. I have all the time in the world to wait for your decision, as long as you do not dislike me. The staff opened the cabin door, and we re-entered the live broadcast. Yet, Yan Huaishan's declaration did not cease. Sister, a little dog's loyalty to its master is unchanging. I will wait until you are ready. The comments erupted into a frenzy of questions and exclamations. What did Yan Huaishan say up there? Repeat that. I'll make all the monkeys in the forest clear out. Hold their heads and kiss. A little dog will forever love its master. On the final day of filming at the seaside, the sea breeze swept through as Yan Huaishan remained bundled up. In contrast to other male guests who flaunted their physiques before their female companions, he epitomized the model of gentlemanly virtue. Yan Xiaogo still lacks experience at times like this. You should be flirting with your sister. Lift your shirt and place Yunzao's hand on your abs. He offered me a chilled coconut juice. You may only take a sip. Just as I reached for it, he snatched it away, a knowing smile gracing his face. Sister, if you kiss me, I shall let you have 2 sips. I raised an eyebrow. A kiss for sip? You come to me. I beckoned him with a finger. He leaned down, pressing his hands on the arms of my lounge chair. The distance between us closed in an instant. I was drawn into the depths of his gaze. I tilted my head back, grasped his collar, and kissed him. The comments went wild. Kiss him. Make it last. Is this what I paid to watch? Since I've paid, can I see a bit more? Could someone write down the continuation? Please, I love this. What happened to Bai Jingyi? After Yunzao clarified, she just vanished. How coincidental. The entertainment industry is so complex. I don't care. As long as the couple is together, I'm satisfied. When will the couple get pregnant? As the program concluded, the romance between Yan Huaishan and me dominated the trending topics for 3 consecutive days. At Shen Ning's insistence, I introduced her to Yan Huaishan. Shen Ning was eager to investigate Yan Huaishan's lineage, delving into details that were astonishingly meticulous. By the end of dinner, she knew the state of his teeth, whether he had cavities or wisdom teeth. As the only son of the king of hell, the future king himself, Yan Huaishan remained remarkably composed before the high-definition cameras and millions of viewers. Yet he grew nervous, breaking into a cold sweat while answering Shen Ning's inquiries. Photos of our dinner were leaked, and the entry for Yan Huaishan meeting the parents surged in popularity. Uncle Ning also gained traction, as she frantically commented, "What do you mean meeting the parents? Am I old? You can say I gave birth to a son like Yan Huaishan, but claiming I bore a daughter like Yunzao is simply absurd." Yan Huaishan posted on Weibo, confirming, "I have received the approval of my sister's family, yay." Netizens were even more exhilarated than I was. Could we crowdfund for you two to film a dating reality show? The mental state of Yan's best friend appears far from healthy. I had expected to indulge in a brief romance with him for a few months, yet he promptly introduced me to old Yan. You should conserve your energy and let him come to you. Yan Huaishan, with prominent knuckles, gripped the steering wheel with one hand. He exudes a certain charm. What do you think of the wedding house my father purchased for us? It was a standalone villa in the suburbs, complete with my cherished garden and a sky swing. Old Yan awaited us inside, sporting a new golden chain, thicker than those from our previous encounters. Yun girl, I apologize for having you with my undisciplined son. Rest assured, I will ensure you live to be 99. Even in death, you shall remain the sole princess in my realm. I remarked on old Yan's enduring humor. As you know, the Yan group is filled with our people at the upper echelons. If your esteemed friend has the audacity, perhaps she should be told the truth. Oh, in this enlightened society, we embrace science. Inform her that upon graduation, she could join the company with a base salary of 30,000. My curiosity about Bai Jingyi lingered, and after a few rounds of drinks with old Yan, I could not resist asking, "Old Yan, how is Bai Jingyi faring?" His disdainful grunt followed. Mentioning her irritates me. She insists on mingling in the entertainment industry, relying solely on her grandfather's financial support. Now, she faces hefty penalties for breach of contract, costing the old matchmaker his entire annual pension. She has been confined and had her memories erased. With her poor temperament, she is unfit to succeed the matchmaker. Let her toil in obscurity henceforth. Once old Yan was thoroughly inebriated, he shed tears, saying, "Child, you have endured so much over the years. Rest assured, you are as dear to me as my own daughter. Regardless of what transpires between you and my son, you will always be my beloved daughter. I will protect you." That day's parental meeting concluded with the 3 of us embracing and weeping. After a year of courtship, I received my master's degree. I also began my career at the rival firm of the Yen Group alongside Shin Ning. On the evening I completed my probation, Yen Huaishan insisted on treating me to a candlelight dinner. Let us celebrate our love for a year and 3 months. That night, I was so fatigued I could barely lift my arms, yet Yen Huaishan held me close, saying, "After a year of training, my dear sister, your physical condition has improved significantly." With my eyes closed, I hummed softly, feeling a cool sensation on my finger. A golden ring was gently slipped onto my hand. "Sister, will you marry me?"